Hello, my keto-kin. Good afternoon or evening or morning, whichever. um, Today I am probably just under a week from going completely keto, and I am excited. So, welcome to Keto Craft. I'm Sasha, and I'm very glad that you are here with me today. I have my favorite snack, which are these Blue Diamond almonds, roasted salted almonds, which the macros on these are 170 calories, 5 carbs, 3 dietary fiber, which means 2 net carbs, and 6 protein. So those are like my favorite forever. So I've got those, and I have my water back here somewhere. Get that? It's almost gone. I should have gotten more before I started. So that's pretty much me today. So yeah, it's about a week before I go keto completely, and I can't wait. I'm anticipating it, and I've been doing so many preparation things. I promise I will get to showing you like my meal prep and stuff like that. There is a video coming, I promise. Not my actual like planning meals yet, but like my actual making meals yet, but my planning meals in my traveler's notebook, which is also somewhere around here, probably behind me right there. So anyway, this video specifically is about cultivating the community that I want around me while I lose my weight and while I embark on this ketogenic journey. So as you guys know that my first couple videos, my first videos in this whole channel are about preparing to go ketogenic and about why that's so important to me. And one of the things that is really important is cultivating a healthy community around me so that I can go to them not only for support but for encouragement, and also to be a person to participate in giving that support and encouragement to other people who might need it. So one of the things that I did is I started looking at ketogenic food groups. Ketogenic food groups. Not food groups, but food groups, like on Facebook. And so I happened into one and had a bad experience from it. I didn't want to start my own ketogenic group because I figured there were many out there, blah, 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 blah. But after this experience, and it wasn't even like directed at me in the beginning, I was more trying to help someone out who I thought had been bullied. And subsequently, I was banned and blocked from that group. Simply for speaking my opinion on how I felt. And I felt, gosh, that's a really mean and harsh way to be, not only on the part of that group leader, but their admins as well. One of the things that I thought group leaders needed to understand is that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when people come to a community for support with their diet, they may be fragile, they may have different types of disabilities or disorders that you might not know about. And if your words come across as being callous or cold, they might take it the wrong way, or a lot of us might take it the wrong way. And apparently a lot more people than just me took it the wrong way, or took it how we thought it sounded. So yeah, when my thread was getting likes and positive comments, it was deleted. I was blocked and banned from that group. And after that, I was like, you know what, no, I'm going to start my own group. So that way it can be the kind of motivation that I personally need and that I think others might need as well. So I started a group called Our Kind of Keto. And it's not a group for wishy-washy keto people. It's not a group for keto people who do a half-assed job and just are like, oh, I'm keto. Oh, I'm not. Oh, I'm keto. Oh, it's not like that. It's a place where we're going to, be a community for each other. And it's a place where we're going to help each other to grow and to go along our journey. When I was doing Atkins, and when my friends and I were doing Atkins, we were shamey little bitches to each other. If somebody went off the diet, the other two would shame them. And that's kind of how it was. Or if we even considered going off the diet, the other two would shame the third. And I was involved in a lot of shaming, and I even caught some shaming at times. But I did a lot more than I got. And actually, my friend who is on YouTube now knows this. She knows this, and she'll attest to it in the comments, I'm sure. But in 10 years, I've grown up. And I've realized that, or more than 10 years actually, I've realized that you don't get anything out of shaming people into staying on this diet. You don't get anything except for a smug satisfaction that, well, I didn't go off diet. Too bad you're too weak. You know, that's all you get out of that. And then there's nothing in that. And the other person who you're shaming into staying on the diet, they get zero out of that too. Absolutely nothing. There's no point in food policing, being shameful, you know, or shaming. There's just, you know, bullying. There's no point. Because if a person is already thinking about falling down, or if a person has already fallen down, you know, then that already speaks to the fact that there's something going on in their diet that they're not fulfilled by. And that needs to be addressed. And then secondly of all, if someone has fallen down, it's not your job, it's not my job, it's not anyone else's job to forgive them. It's their job to forgive themselves, to find a place where they can forgive themselves. And I don't believe that food policing does that to anyone. I don't believe that food policing helps any way at all, other than giving yourself a higher horse to ride on. And I've been in that shaming seat, so I realize this, I know this. So I started Our Kind of Keto because I just don't want to belong to any more low-carb or keto groups, because I'm not out to be at war with everybody who does keto. I want to stay on my wave of positivity and do what is best for me, and if I can help others along the way, that is what I want to do. Community can be a very positive experience when you're doing a diet. Or when you're changing your lifestyle. If you guys need somewhere to go for support, that you would like to be a sanctuary where we don't allow food policing or anything like that, there's like a zero tolerance for that kind of stuff, then, you know, check out our group. It's called Our Kind of Keto. I'll put the link in the description. And we have, you know, a few rules that we ask people to follow. And that is just to keep other people in mind, you know, keep other people's sensitivities in mind. And yeah, if you fall down, we have a section for that. You know, if you need support, we have a section for that. So it's really, really important that we, you know, stay mindful and supportive and look to be, you know, a leader by example. The other thing I wanted to talk about that I did for motivation is I wrote myself a letter. I posted it on my blog, which will also be in the description, because I don't feel comfortable reading it, but if you guys want to read it, you're more than welcome to. And this letter is me now talking to me in the future, which I often tend to do with things that I embark on. And it's been really, really helpful, because when you're sad or when you're down or when you're having a hard time, who better to pick you up than you, because you know exactly how you work. So I wrote this letter to myself, you know, for the days that it's kind of hard to maintain. And I don't see those days happening, but I'm planning for them just in case, because I don't want to be stuck in one of those days going, God, I wish I'd written myself a letter when I started so I knew how I felt, so I can draw on those feelings and continue on. So I wrote myself a letter talking about that, you know, what I've hoped to have accomplished by the time I have to read this letter, and just, you know, little things that motivate me, that inspire me. I think every once in a while you have to write a love letter to yourself, because you need it sometimes. There's just certain things that your friends can't tell you. There's just certain things that other people can't say to you and have them driven home the way that you can say them to you. So I'm all about motivation in my days before keto, and I really, really, really am excited to start. And I hope you guys are, who are starting this journey, are motivated too. And it's important that you feel in a good place with yourself before embarking on this diet or any lifestyle change. I'm happy with me. I love me. My body ain't the shape I want it, so I'm doing something about it. But more for my health is why I'm doing something about it. I don't think of myself as being fat. Maybe overweight, but not fat. I'm not fat. I don't care what anyone says. Um, Scientifically or dietitianally, I may be considered obese. That's not how I see myself. Um, and regardless of my shape, regardless of anything about me that isn't perfect, I still love myself. And I think that that's important to realize going into a diet is take stock of how much you love yourself. And if you don't love yourself that much, do things to try and love yourself a little bit more, because that's part of being healthy. Part of being healthy is not just the body. It's not just the gorgeous figure that stares you in the mirror. It's the mind that follows that gorgeous figure. It's the mind that generates and radiates that positivity and that healthiness and that love. So don't just get healthy in the body. It's not just in the tummy. It's not just in the arms or the legs. It's in the mind. So don't forget your mind when you're trying to get healthy. So until next time, stay beautiful, Ketokin. I'll talk to you soon.